That pause in the conversation, the slightly blank stares, the quick change of subject. If you've ever tried to share a deeper thought, a more complex idea, and felt that reaction, you know what I'm talking about. It's a feeling of isolation, almost like speaking a different language. Why does this happen? Why does society so often seem to fear and even reject those who simply think too much? The key to understanding this rejection often lies not with the thinker, but with the listener. Psychologists talk about the mirror effect. Unlike admiring an athlete's strength or an artist's beauty, someone's deep intelligence can function as an unwanted mirror, reflecting the listener's own intellectual limitations back at them. Our ideas and beliefs are part of who we are. When someone challenges them profoundly, even unintentionally, the ego feels attacked, our identity seems threatened. And the natural reaction? Resistance. It's easier to reject the mirror than to face the image it shows. Our brain is wired to save energy. It loves what's simple, familiar, easy to process, what's called cognitive ease. Deep thinking by its nature is complex, challenging, requires mental effort. This creates discomfort, and the brain tends to avoid discomfort. Furthermore, we have strong tribal instincts. For millennia, survival depended on group cohesion. Anyone who thought too differently, who challenged the norms, was seen as a threat to stability, a risk. Rejecting the outsider was a defense mechanism. Add to this our tendency to prefer the status quo and the fact that sometimes those who know the least think they know the most, the Dunning-Kruger effect. And you have the recipe for rejecting deep thought. And this ancestral pattern is reinforced today. In schools, often obedience and memorization are valued more than genuine questioning. In the workplace, the culture fit and pressure for results can stifle truly innovative but disruptive ideas. And social media? It's the perfect amplifier of superficiality. Algorithms prioritize what shocks, what entertains quickly, what generates easy clicks. Deep discussions requiring time and nuance rarely go viral. The deep thinker finds themselves trying to whisper insights in the middle of a loud, distracting party. If you feel this way, rejected or misunderstood for thinking too much, listen carefully. The problem isn't you. It's not that your ideas are bad or that you're weird. You're simply bumping up against deep mechanisms of human psychology and social structure. History is full of examples. Galileo was imprisoned for his ideas. Today he's a hero of science. Van Gogh died poor. Today his paintings are worth millions. What's rejected today might be the foundation of tomorrow. Society celebrates innovation, but usually only in hindsight once it's no longer threatening. This journey of thinking differently can be lonely, but it doesn't have to be entirely isolating. I want to hear from you. How do you cope with this feeling of being misunderstood or rejected for your ideas? Is there a strategy that works for you? Or what's the weirdest idea you tried to share that wasn't well received? Share in the comments below. Let's create a supportive community for minds that aren't content with the superficial. If this video brought you some relief or understanding, please leave a like and subscribe so we can continue exploring together. Never forget, the fact that society may fear or reject deep thinking doesn't diminish its value. On the contrary, it often confirms its importance. The world desperately needs people who dare to think differently, who question, who seek truth beyond comfort. Keep thinking. Thank you for watching.